Hello, my name is Ernie Parks. I'm trying to apply for certification for teaching Tai Chi in Florida. I've been practicing Yang style Tai Chi for about 18 years now, and I've been teaching it for about 16 up in Canada. I've recently taken early retirement and moved to the United States, to Florida with my wife, who's a U.S. citizen. My plan is to offer to teach Tai Chi in the many senior communities here in Florida, and I've obtained my U.S. green card and Social Security number. However, I've discovered since coming here that the communities all require a U.S. certification, and that's something that I don't have because I came from Canada. So this was my intention in contacting Tai Chi Healthways to obtain a recognized certification, and also to connect myself to an organization here in the United States through which I can further my own Tai Chi practice. I have two videos, this one in which I will briefly outline how I have taught Tai Chi in the past, and a second video of me demonstrating the set that I teach. First and foremost, it's my intention to teach only at the beginners or introductory level, and I hope through these two videos you'll see that I'm capable of teaching an introductory Yang style Tai Chi class. In beginners Tai Chi, my focus has always been on the health aspects rather than the self-defense. So rather than talk about the 13 elemental postures, as I've been taught, I focused on the form and the introduction of a basic set. The set I have taught features every one of the 8 expressions of energy and 5 directions movement. It just does not name them as such. The awareness and the focus is on the form as it applies to health. Because the vast majority of the students that I've had in my classes and I intend to have are seniors, and it's about increasing mobility, helping with chronic health issues for them, and balance and improved overall well-being. In the process of teaching the introductory set, I emphasize that the Qi is developed through the core and that the proper form is primary importance to achieve this. Tai Chi is from the ground up, and the expression of energy and movement can only be accomplished by having the form correct. So I spent a lot of time focusing on that. I taught about a 45-degree relationship between the front and rear foot or leg that allowed the hips and waist to open and turn freely, and the expression of energy coming from the weighted foot, the foot upon which most of the weight is held, up through the core. I taught and we practiced what I call the empty step, in a step leading with the heel in a forward step, and shifting the energy of that step into the leg only once the foot was in place. Another concept that was taught as part of the movement was keeping the shoulders and the hips square with each other so that the student would have both hips and shoulders moving in the same direction in unison as they move through the empty steps, 45 degree, and any part of the set. I would also have my students practice these 3 forms by empty stepping up and down the hall until I felt they had grasped the main concepts. The other basic concepts of form that I taught were keeping an alignment of the body, allowing for stretching of ligaments and tendons that was facilitated by the previously mentioned squaring of the hips and shoulders. Again, the proper form allows the Qi to be expressed fully. The concept of equal and opposite is another thing. For instance, in parts of the set, to express equally between 2 hands going in different directions. Once I felt the students had a reasonable grasp of the basic form concepts and the grounding through the feet, I would start teaching them the moves of the set as we referred to it. I teach using 3 mnemonics to help students learn and remember. The first would be an auditory, and so we assign a name to each posture and talking about the move as it is shown. The visual is the second one, so observing the instructor doing it and also observing students around them as they perform it. The third is kinesthetic, and having the students actually do the form themselves or do the move. I also employed in that a 3 + 3 + 3 method. I invite the students to observe me doing the move, and I do it 3 times so that they can see it fully, and then the second 3 is 3 times we do it together, so the students and I do it together, and the 3rd time the students do it by themselves while I watch. And the intention of the 3 plus 3 plus 3 is to give them multiple exposures to the move in different varieties, but also in the end so that I can watch them and see if I've explained everything properly to them, and to see that they're picking up the form. And the entire time while we're teaching the set, we're always watching for form as well to make sure that they're adhering to the basic forms that will keep everything in alignment. In the type of Tai Chi that I practice, I have been taught push hands. However, the focus was on improving form and to better learn the feeling of expressing the Chi rather than on a competitive aspect. So, and it's not my intention to try and teach push hands in the introductory level. In the second video, I will demonstrate the set that I practice. In the first portion, I will demonstrate it as I would teach a new learner, what I refer to as a walking set. In the latter portion, I will start doing the form in a more complete manner, I guess is the way to put it, and doing sitting and more full expression of the Chi. And I guess that's it. So thanks for this opportunity, and I appreciate your consideration, and I will continue this on the second video.